Cool. Cool.
Yeah, take a picture. Definitely the big ass brown box. What up, guys? Okay, sorry, I was rushing and doing a bunch of shit. So hopefully you guys are having a great Tuesday. Um, what's it called? There's quite a bit of news to talk about.
Never ending news, it feels like. News, I guess news never ends, huh?
No, news is always
That's a
going.
good fucking job to have.
Yeah.
I think
So just wanted to send condolences to the Smothermans. Miss Smotherman passed away.
No.
Troy's wife, Pastor Troy's wife, I guess. I'm not sure the details, but they were on our podcast 3-4 years ago, maybe. Can't really remember exactly when.
Damn,
But
rest in peace, Miss Smotherman.
yeah, she
was a nice
passed away,
lady.
I guess. I'm assuming this morning, and so they're having a service for her this Saturday. So condolences to the Smothermans. Definitely sending prayers out. What else? I mean, there's a bunch of stuff going on. I mean, shout out Kendrick Lamar.
Yep, that's
Went-
what I was going to start off
Went
with.
crazy at the Grammys. Has Super Bowl this weekend. Ended up being nominated for 5. Went 5 for 5.
Undefeated, never lost. On a disc, too. That's crazy.
First diss song to ever get a Grammy. Kind of crazy how people. I'll say this. This is how I'm gonna just approach it. Congrats to Kendrick. I've been a fan from the jump. I'm not saying I was a bigger fan of him than Drake or Drake bigger than him. I felt like they were both on the same wave. They make phenomenal music. I know Kendrick's lyrics are like studied at the University of Harvard or something like that. Like,
the fuck?
yeah, he has got like a. It's either Harvard or Oxford or
Oh, damn.
somewhere. Yeah, like his lyrics are like what they consider like
Philosophy.
philosophical
That's
to
what it is.
the comparison of like Shakespeare and stuff like that.
That's impressive.
And so anyway, shout out to him, not dissing him. I'm gonna come more after the people that you have to be careful of. And what I mean by that is there's people in Kendrick's corner currently today, as of the Grammys the other night, that were applauding him for his successes, which in exchange are basically defiling Drake as a lyricist himself, okay? But those same people that are applauding Kendrick, he ought to be careful, which he seems like one of those people that definitely dots his I's and crosses his T's very well on who he trusts and who he holds to a different standard. That he knows that these people are going to change up on him. Because, again, Drake's going to do something, maybe not directly towards Kendrick, but either way do something where they're going to applaud him. So it's like they're very flip-flop-ish, and you have to be careful of that because these people that are applauding you aren't really your friends.
Yeah.
They're
Like
not-
the Grammy people you're talking about?
Anybody,
just
yeah, mostly Grammy people.
like his peers that were, like,
let's say
cheering.
Beyonce.
Yeah, she was
or-
going crazy when he won.
Okay, Taylor Swift.
She was going crazy
Maybe
when he won.
Taylor Swift stays one-sided, maybe.
Yeah, she was
But-
applauding pretty hard when
But
he won, though.
you get what I'm saying. Like, everyone's dancing to the song. And that's cool. It was a great song. I'm not here to deny that.
She was a
Great
banger.
song.
Banger.
But at the same time, I wouldn't say, oh, all of a sudden Beyonce's like super friends with Kendrick. And Kendrick would, I think, be mindful of the thought that you're not my friend.
yeah,
like-
when he won, he only shouted out Dr. Dre and shit. That was right there.
Yeah, I don't know. It's just crazy how somebody can essentially put up the persona of being fake, but trying to be genuine.
Mm-hmm.
It's like you're not real with who you support, because I guarantee you you're dissing Drake in that sense. If you're rocking that song in that moment, you're dissing Drake. Now, I'm not saying stand up for Drake, But I'm also saying you're gonna applaud for Drake too.
Yeah, he's gonna drop an album or a song where it's like, well, now he's winning 5 Grammys.
Right,
Might not be a diss
He's
track,
already got Grammys.
Yeah.
He's the one that poured the champagne in his Grammy and drank it. He was the first one to do that. So it's like, it's one of those moments where, congrats, but if I'm Kendrick, pump the brakes on who you trust, and Drake too. But Drake seems more of like, I want the attention, where Kendrick's more like, I could care less. He's almost like Eminem in the sense like, I don't give a fuck about the attention. Just give me what's rightfully mine that I've earned, which is these 5 Grammys. I put
Yeah.
in work on these songs, and that's what it is.
which I thought he was gonna win them all. I thought he was gonna win all
Oh,
five.
without a doubt. I mean, the only snub was the Billie Eilish.
Oh yeah, she was devastated. She was
Well,
crying.
everybody I think was devastated.
Kai was crying.
Well, that fool's just weak though.
That fool
Like,
loves Billie Eilish. That's his
It
favorite
don't
artist. He
matter.
said.
Like, don't cry. Like, I was watching. Shout out Mr. Beast. I've been watching his Beast games, and low key, it's interesting. Like, it has like its storyline, its plots. It's like there's vendettas towards one another. There's cliques that get formed and all this shit. But he did such a good job. But it's so entertaining because you get people that are meeting people in such a short span, but then they're crying over each other, and it's like,
Yeah.
why are you crying?
Yeah.
You don't know that person. You don't know it. You can pretend you know them, but in reality, you've known them for a few days, maybe a couple weeks.
Yeah, like even if you known them for a month, say they did it for a whole month,
Right.
You don't know them.
Well, that's what the whole span was from. It was a 1 month game show.
Oh, I don't know anybody still.
But
I
they're
worked with people.
crying.
I worked with people for 2 years. I didn't know them.
Yes,
really.
exactly. And that's why I'm like, Kai, why are you crying? You probably don't even know Billie Eilish.
He barely met her that day.
Okay, so it's just like,
That fool on the red carpet
but
was
to
fucking
me,
hilarious.
it's like an attention thing. It's almost like it's always an attention thing.
Well, that's like his job. He kind of has to stay relevant. So
I understand.
You got to
that, but
kind of do
it's just
something.
so whack. Like, I don't understand. I guess that's why I don't really watch many streamers, because I see them and I think of them like, you're just like, we could start crying right now. We could just start crying, and people probably be like, man, these fools. But I don't want to put that fake shit out there. I don't want to be fake. And maybe that's who he is. Maybe he is soft. Maybe he is whack. Maybe he is just a fucking crybaby. And cool for you for being open about your emotions. But frankly, that wouldn't be like the way I would want to go about things. I don't want. It's like Selena Gomez. You didn't need to film yourself crying. You could have stood up for the Mexicans and the immigrants and all that without crying. But again, you do it to bring attention.
You could have been walking the streets of LA with those people instead
Protesting.
instead of crying.
You could have done a million things. But you felt that was going to get the most attention, which maybe it did, because it went viral.
Bro, everybody was fucking clowning.
But it's clowning. You're not even going viral for the right reasons. You're just, unless that was your ulterior motive was just to go viral. Crying on the internet's going to make you go viral.
I don't know who thinks that's a good idea.
It's just
like not just viral, just people that do that in general.
Like who sits there and turns the camera on and says, "I'm going to cry and not just am I going to cry like secretively, because that's what you're doing. You're filming yourself crying, but then you're going to proceed to post it because it ain't even live."
Yeah, it wasn't like she was live. She was just crying.
Yes. So that's what makes it even weirder, is like, I'm cool with you crying. I'm not here to say crying is a bad thing, whatever. That's not what I'm saying. It's just the way you go about it. It's like, if you, like, I think Luka came out and said that he cried after he found out that he got traded. But he didn't post it.
Yeah.
And he didn't come out and, like, he may not even, I don't even know if he came out and said, I think someone else in his camp came out and said he had cried. So it's like, he didn't even make it public.
Yeah.
But it's just, I don't know. Everyone has their reasons. I could care less. But Billie Eilish, shout out Billie Eilish. I wish she would have won too. But you know how it goes. It's almost more of a popularity contest than it is an actual award. It's like the MVP. Who really cares? It's like the Pro Bowl. Who really cares?
Yeah, who gives a fuck about
No
that?
one cares anymore. Like, it's almost getting to the point where there's not much you can do that makes you relevant. Like, unless you go, like, if the Paul brothers, one of them were to run for president, you would then be popular again for a little while. But then it's like, even that fades. Like, everything, there's no sense of being over popular anymore.
Mhm.
You can never be too popular.
You might as well just be rich.
Rich is key, but
Popular.
popularity is no. Everyone's popular now.
Yeah, everybody.
Tell me who's not popular. You can name whack ass motherfuckers that are popular.
Yeah.
Like there's people that no one even knows who you are, but yet 100,000 people are following you.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, so being popular and doing the whole whatever is just kind of whack. And that's not even why I do this. I think I do this just to get my opinion out there. I care less about popularity. I just think sometimes I hope to not even influence, but hopefully reach somebody that needs to hear something maybe relative to their life.
Yeah, but for sure. That's always the goal. Like just to have somebody be like, "Well, I did this because the Beard Bros did that."
Exactly.
It's just always
Like
cool.
hopefully. So hopefully if you're watching, we appreciate you. This isn't a popularity contest. I don't need 100,000. I just need one person to be influenced. What else has happened recently? I mean, there's the Luka thing. We can go into that. It's still crazy to think about.
It was still crazy. I was watching the press conference today with those fools, and Luka just seemed like he was kind of sad. Like,
Oh, he's way.
I think he wanted to stay there for his whole career. Like everybody
they
wants.
asked him that there was the idea that he wasn't going to be willing to sign the extension, but I'm not sure anybody in their right mind has a max deal is not going to sign.
Yeah, like where else is he gonna go? Like unless he wants to go and just play for like somebody that he likes to play with, maybe like Jokic. Maybe he wants to go play with Jokic.
But I don't think he goes there. I think he wants them to come to him because he feels like he's that guy.
Yeah, that's the only thing I could think of. Maybe that's the only thing.
What would you think was the number one reason that they traded him?
Money.
You think it was the money
I think
that
it was
they
just
didn't
the
want to
money.
pay him?
I think it was just the money. Cause like when Dirk was good, he really didn't demand a lot of money. Like he was their best player, but he wasn't the best player. You know, he wasn't the best player in the league. He was
But
a
don't you think
good
that
player.
he deserved it? Like
Yeah, I think he did.
Like he's the best player probably in the league, or at least you could argue at least top 5.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I would pay them. Like it's like paying Patrick Mahomes, Josh Allen, Joe Burrow. You pay those guys.
Yeah,
Like,
regardless if they bring you a chip or not,
Yeah,
you're gonna
best-
ride them out because it's like
Best scenario is you
That-
lose with the best player.
yeah, like I'm gonna take Josh Allen losing the AFC Championship to Patrick Mahomes 10 out of 10 times and pay him no matter what because I don't think I can get better than him. There's not much better than him.
That's what I'm saying. So I would have paid him, but I'm assuming that's what the reason. Unless there was like conflict with like
Who was it? Was
GM
it,
and Luka.
Was it Levine or Josh Hart or
Yeah, me too, fool. I need me a little baby who can listen.
I don't remember.
Yeah, we got 5 people in here.
I don't remember who it was, but somebody had said that he thinks that eventually the truth's gonna come out.
Oh yeah,
And I think people are thinking that Luka's either really hurt or the weight condition is a real big concern.
but maybe it is the weight. But like, I look at it this way: we thought Kevin Love went to the Cleveland Cavaliers, fat as fuck. Then he went on to GQ as one of the best looking men in the world. LeBron changes people. Yeah, LeBron's probably gonna play with them a year and a half, maybe 2. LeBron's gonna fucking put this full and like, yo, dog, you want to be the greatest? You want to be the best? This is what
But
all the
don't you
greats
think
do.
that Luka's thinking I'm better than you already?
Mm-hmm.
Like I
Yeah,
may not
maybe.
be better than you in the
That would
longevity
suck
of
if
your
you.
career.
That would suck if he thinks that though, because like you
But
gotta
don't
you gotta
think that
you gotta
that's his
listen to
team
him.
now? It's Luka's team.
Yeah, but you still gotta be like, all right, well, I'm open to listening to this fool. Like
you would hope
he's
but
won
then
4
Luka's like, bro, I've
championships.
been a pro since I was 12.
He's won 4 championships, 10 times to the finals. Like I would be like trying to listen.
You
to
would
him.
think, and I hope, in the end, as a Laker fan, this is the best case scenario there could ever have been.
Yeah,
Like,
you could imagine we get Giannis or Luka or Jokic, like
you
those
get
3.
any of those players,
Yeah,
you're
you're-
thinking
we're
we're
set.
the best.
Yeah, we're set
the
now.
best.
We're set for a while.
We're again on top of the league.
Mm-hmm.
Now, do I think we won that trade? Without a doubt. I don't think there's a doubt anyone in
The long run, I think so. Short term, I think Dallas could possibly run the West.
Give a percentage on the likelihood that Dallas wins a ship either this year or next year, and that the Lakers win multiple championships in the next 10 years with Luka? What's the
Percentage of the
where both teams win? What's the percentage that both teams win the trade?
I think it's high, probably like 70-30. I think they have a chance this year, especially with the rumors coming out they want to get Kevin Durant. And
Who, the Lakers?
Yeah. No, the Mavericks.
Well, I know that Golden State said they're trying to reunite with him.
Yep.
Especially because Jimmy's making it difficult.
And then Mavs came out and said they want AD, KD, and Kyrie to be their focal point
They
this
ain't
year.
getting KD.
They have all the money.
I just don't think they're going to have the personnel. Nobody that they have is worth picking up for the Suns.
Well,
unless you're going to rebuild
which
and get rid of Devin, Bill, and Durant.
Could possibly be happening.
I
know they already want to get rid of Bill. Bill already.
Well, yeah, that just hasn't worked out, which always happens.
So I'm pretty sure that's probably what's going to happen.
But if they go get Butler, is that different? You trade Bill for Butler.
No.
You don't think that keeps Durant?
I don't think so. I think Durant wants to go somewhere else.
That motherfucker wants to go everywhere.
That fool doesn't give a fuck about his legacy. He's
because he can't win.
Yeah, he's like, fuck it. Why not just go win one with somebody else?
Who could I compare him to? NFL.
There's really not anybody that's like that.
Like
Terrell Owens. Ridley. Terrell Owens was like that. He couldn't win with his team. He just kept switching teams all over the league. He went to 12 teams and still didn't win a championship.
Yeah, I feel very likely that I'm going to go out on a limb. I'm going to say the Mavs win the championships this year.
I think they do. I think
they do too. I think people are looking at AD and saying, that was stupid. You basically gave nothing up for Luka. But in reality, when AD is healthy and when AD is at his best, AD is, if not the best player in the league. He can defend from 1 to 5. Mm-hmm. He can score at will.
Yep.
And he basically is the best player on the court, no matter who he can guard Giannis. He can guard Luka. He can guard anybody, bro. You're not scoring on him. And if you don't have to score with Kyrie, then he's probably going to be able to play one side. And he don't even have to play the 5 right now. Yep. He's going to be the 4, which he wanted to do in LA anyways. So now he gets to be in his true form.
And he don't have to guard Jokic. You don't got to guard Embiid. If Embiid ever comes back and plays in the finals, you don't have to guard him. You don't got to guard any of the bigs.
I'm going to go out on a limb and say Dallas thinking that was a great trade. They're going to probably win it. We gave up Luka for a ship. Who says no?
Yeah.
Who says no to that?
I think they win too. I think Kyrie's he's a scorer.
The only thing is I think Luka's going to have to take the rest of this year just to really let it sink in and really get acclimated with the fact that he's a Laker. I'm the only fear that I have, which I don't think it could happen, but at this point you never know, is that he doesn't re-sign with us.
That's a possibility. I mean, it's out there. No one. He hasn't came out.
I don't think you trade. Well, if his truth is the truth
that he didn't
know, then you have no guarantee he is going to stay.
Mm-mm. At least Jimmy's being honest with everybody. Like, I'm not signing that extension with.
It just is weird because why would he not want to sign an extension with any? Where is he wanting to go?
That's what I was thinking too. Like, where does that fool want to go? That is like the best place. He said.
You think he wants to go back to Philly?
Fuck. Well, maybe
you get Paul George in exchange.
You got him, Paul George. Oh, I guess you would have to.
You have to trade
Embiid or Paul George. Yeah, right.
You're not trading Embiid.
Yeah, you're not trading that. Well, maybe you could probably. You're not trading Maxey.
No, you keep Maxey. You trade Paul, and you give Butler his extension, and now it's the 3 of them.
Yeah, that would probably be the best bet.
Or unless he wants to be in New York, but I don't think
they won't do it. They won't. They have too many good pieces already. Yeah. They don't need that. He's not going to go to Cleveland. He's going to a contender. I'm assuming
he has to go to.
He's not going back to Minnesota.
Who else could he? I think he wanted to go.
He don't want to go to Memphis. He said.
So who does he want to go to? Bro?
Who the fuck is he want to
go? Chicago? Back to Chicago?
You going to New Orleans? Who the fuck is he gonna go? I don't know where he's gonna go.
I don't know, but
he's not going to Orlando. There's no way. Maybe.
I just think that this trade's gonna look. We're gonna look back, and as long as Luka extends, Lakers win multiple, Dallas wins one now, and everyone ends up happy.
Yeah, I think they said the stat is it's the first time 2 All-Pro players were traded in this in the middle of the season for each other?
Yeah, ever.
Yeah, there's never
Nobody's ever done this.
That's crazy. Well,
Usually
it doesn't really see. It doesn't make sense though. So I see
Well,
why.
I won't believe it until I see 77 on the court, which
He
he's
said he aced.
supposedly going to be on the this Sunday.
This Sunday or
yeah,
Saturday
I
or
think
something
it
like
was
that.
a Sunday or something like
Nah,
that.
he's supposed to play.
Yeah, so if he steps on and
Drop 60.
LeBron James,
We played it in February
like,
26th or something like that
he's
too.
gonna drop 100.
That would be crazy.
Because the thing is I think he's mad at Dallas.
Oh,
I don't think he's mad at us.
He just bought a house like a day before
yes,
he got.
but that gets washed.
He's
I think he
pissed.
figures that out. That's bro. Lakers don't give. They're probably gonna say we'll pay for you the house.
But yeah, I would be kind of mad. Like, damn, now I gotta sell this bitch. And then how hard is it to sell a $12-13 million home?
Well, I think of it this way. I don't think he's upset with us. Of course,
hell no.
Had he gone somewhere else, like let's say
He went to Memphis.
Let's say Minnesota had traded for him.
Yeah.
He's pissed.
Who the fuck wants to play for Minnesota?
Exactly. That's
At least
what
in
I'm
LA,
saying.
you're gonna
You're
make
in
benefits.
LA. You're in the best fucking place. Unless he had gone to Miami. Those are the only. Unless
New
New
York-
York too.
New
But
York-
New York, I feel like you said they weren't going to trade.
They're
for
not
him.
gonna trade
And
nobody.
Miami, I think, was out of it because they were thinking we're selling the house.
Mhm.
You ended up in the best place, bro. And I know it's bittersweet because you didn't want to be traded. But at this point, maybe it's a vengeance thing, and he's just like, "Fuck it, I'm a Laker now."
Yeah, dog. I
I'm
can't believe that.
I can't believe it either. If you would have told me,
Not even 2K would let you make
yeah,
that
I've
trade.
seen somebody try to trade, and they kept saying this is a stupid trade.
Yeah, it wouldn't let them
But
trade
like
that
I
shit.
said, I think everyone's undermining the fact that AD's great.
He's good, yeah.
He's a great player, and he's been healthy last 2 seasons. So you're getting pretty much prime AD.
Yep.
Like as long as he's healthy,
That's why I think they're gonna win. They won
I
when
hope
AD
they
was the
do
fourth.
win, so that way they can look back and say, you know what? Although it wasn't with Luka, we ended up with the ship. Tell me, no one's exchanging that. If Philly wins this, and who did they trade for? Saquon.
Mm-hmm.
They're thinking we just won the trade.
Yeah.
We won. Yeah, we gave up a bid or whatever for Saquon, but we won a ship.
Well, they didn't give nothing up. He signed. He was a free agent this year.
No. Well, they probably paid him a premium.
Yeah, stupid.
So
amount.
that's what I'm
Stupid
saying.
amount.
Like you give up so much just so that you are capable of winning a ship. At the end of the day, winning solves everything.
Yeah, Mav fans would be all happy if
They'll be like, "Well, I don't think we would have done it with Luka."
Nah, I mean, maybe, but I don't think so because, like he said, defense wins championships, and AD at the 4 won a championship.
Well, we're gonna see. Only time will tell. But I'm pleased, but I'm also very biased because I'm a Laker fan, and now we have a player that we were talking about this. Like it's hard to root for a guy that wasn't like originated in LA. Like whenever we got like AD or LeBron or these players that just weren't real Lakers. But then I guess Pau Gasol became a Laker.
Yep.
So there's an opportunity there.
Yeah.
It's just so hard because like Derek Fisher's forever a Laker.
Yeah, Ron Artest became a Laker.
Yeah, exactly. So
It's
it's
a good
like
one. Yeah.
you can say what you want. It's going to be hard for me, but again, winning solves a lot of problems. If he comes and wins 2 in the next 10 years, I'm fucking happy. Like I'm like Luka the GOAT. Like
Yeah, it's because it's gonna be hard because now you got Wimby and Fox. So
yeah, but I still feel like Luka's still one of the better than both of them currently. And if you know LA ain't done. Like I heard that we're trying to get Steven Adams right now as our big.
Mhm.
Great pickup, nothing special. You also have LeBron still. Like we gotta not forget we have fucking pieces.
I know.
We have depth.
I wish we could trade LeBron.
He don't want to go nowhere.
I know.
Fucking tell them you better fucking not.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I wish though. Me personally,
Yeah, but then who do you go get?
I don't give a fuck. Get picks. Get fuck.
You're
whatever.
not getting picks.
Okay, whatever you fucking
But we don't
can.
need picks.
Get whatever the fuck you want. I don't care who
There's
it is.
nobody out there that I think we could trade LeBron that LeBron would be like, yeah, I'm down. Unless you send him back to Cleveland for Donovan Mitchell, but then I think that's not the right piece.
They wouldn't do that.
Yeah, that's what they need.
Cleveland wouldn't trade Donovan though.
That's what I'm saying. Like, there's nobody. There's nobody for LeBron because we're not trading LeBron for Curry.
We traded for LaMelo.
He's not going to fucking Charlotte, fool. Unless there's a 3-team trade
And he ends
there
up in like
in Warriors.
yeah, the Golden State.
And then Charlotte ends up with all the picks.
That makes sense.
That'd be cool. I'd take LaMelo, but then I feel like that still doesn't solve our big problem.
Yeah, but like you said, we don't need the fucking superstar big.
No, but we need a big that's decent. Like you got to cover Jokic and AD.
Dwight Howard and JaVale did it, so can't be that hard. You just have to have it's like running backs. You have to have multiple of those fuckers.
I don't know. I just feel like there's not many ADs or Jokic's in the league, and well, one of them's for sure not coming back to us, and Jokic is for sure probably not coming to us.
That'd be lit with Jokic.
Yeah, so as a Laker fan, I'm excited. I hope it ends up working out for both teams. In all honesty, I don't have any hatred towards Dallas. I could frankly care less. I think it's crazy. You don't see these types of trades all that often. Like, look at the De'Aaron Fox. He's somewhat of a superstar, and yet they traded really nothing to get him. Mm-hmm. So it's like you didn't trade anybody to get who you wanted.
Now you got two young stars playing together.
Yeah,
and you really didn't give rid of you still have Vessel, Castles, Shohan, or Jeremy Shochin. So you got a squad.
No, they're kind of. I feel like they're going to make a run too here.
They're good.
But yeah, so that was some breaking news, that's for sure.
Everybody was tripping. They were talking about it at the Super Bowl press conference. I seen that shit.
It's so hard not to because it's not a trade that you see really ever. No one's ever seen this type of trade. This is like if you had traded Tom Brady for Peyton back in the day.
That'd have been crazy.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. That would have been like, I don't know who was good at the time. I'm trying to think. Like Shaq for Tim Duncan. Like, it just doesn't happen.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, there's really not player for players anymore, really. That's
not like, to that. Well, there's player for players, but there's, like, a bunch of players for a good player.
Yeah, you
not here's my best player, you give me your best player, and think that it's even.
That is wild, huh?
Like literally, we gave our best player.
Even in, like, baseball and...
No, you're NFL, not giving up Judge for Ohtani.
You're not giving Chase for Justin Jefferson. Like,
you're not giving up Trout for Bryce Harper.
Yeah, it doesn't happen.
It doesn't happen, dude. Nobody does that.
That's crazy.
No, you give prospects, you give rookies.
I mean, hopefully it starts doing it like that. Like we get like trades crazy like that because that other trade wasn't bad either. I mean,
it's just hard because people view it as a bad trade. Obviously, I look at it differently because I think AD is great. It's just hard to convince people because you look at AD and he's been fragile. But everyone has a past. So don't pretend 4 years ago you weren't somebody you are today. So today he's been healthy for 2 years. He's one of the most dominant bigs, if not the most dominant big in the league. He's a championship winner. He's got hell of an experience. Like, he brings a lot to a team.
Yeah, I'm now thinking about it. They do have a lot of champions. They have Kyrie and AD now.
Yeah, and you know you don't need a whole lot. They have experience in the finals with that team. Most of those players were there last year. Like, you have a lot going for you. Yeah. It's not like you're adding a piece and expecting him to ride the ship. It's like, yo, bro, we got this together. Like, I'm going. He's being professional too. He's like, I'm ready to just play for Dallas. Yep. Luka's more on the like, fuck, like I'm sad. But at some point, he's got to get the fuck over it. Like, he's got to just say, you know what, fuck Dallas. They didn't want me. Lakers wanted me. They made the trade. They gave up their best player for me. It's not like they gave up nobody for me.
Yep.
Like, they basically seen the future with me.
So is there anybody untouchable now in the league? Like, trade-wise?
Oh, yeah, bro.
Jokic.
I know people think that there's not. People will say, well, Luka, we don't know the details. Everyone's all... not saying anything.
So is it Jokic, SGA?
I think it's Jokic, Wemby, LeBron, Curry. I'm trying to think. Maybe Anthony Edwards. And that's probably it. Those are probably my main people. Because I think John Morant, once he realizes, like, no one wants to go to Memphis and he's going to want to trade. Like, it's not like he's not. I don't think they'll trade him just because.
I just think there's 4. I think it's Wemby, Giannis, Jokic, and SGA.
I don't think. Did I say Giannis?
Mm-mm.
No, I think he's tradable.
I don't think
because I think they got what they wanted out of him. Yeah, and I think he even probably wants out.
I think it's those 4 and then.
And who was it? Wemby, Giannis, and who?
SGA.
And that's it?
I think those are the 4.
See, but SGA's already been traded.
But I don't think
You don't think Oklahoma?
Oklahoma will give
But
them
they
up.
had Durant, Harden, and Westbrook, and they traded all of them.
But right now, they're the best team in the league, and I think
For now.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I don't think they would trade him though.
And he's probably what? How old is that fool? Maybe
22, 23.
Oh, give it a little time when you when you become Baltimore.
Yeah,
When you become the Ravens and you're not making it to the finals because Dallas ends up beating you with this trade.
I could have.
And then what? At one point, you're going to have to say, well, he's just not working out. Chet isn't working out.
I guess you could say Embiid. That fool hasn't been traded yet.
Yeah, but I even think that it's going to be hard to trade him because he's constantly hurt. What was your stat? He's played half of his contract.
413 games and 400 sat.
Yeah, so he's played just
crazy.
as many games as he's sat. Who wants him?
That's fucking wild. Huh?
Like, and then even when it's more important, the playoffs, he's still hurt.
That's what
So
I'm
why
gonna
am I
fuck.
going to trade for a guy that I know is probably going to just ride the bench? I don't need that. Plus, you're probably going to want me to give up the house for what? An injured player? I don't want that shit on my team.
So he's probably untouchable because no one wants
Paul
his ass.
George, we know, just jumps all the time.
Yeah, that fool gets traded.
So that's what I'm saying. I think it's Wemby because I think they drafted him knowing he's their future.
Yeah, because he's so young. You don't know
Anthony
yet.
Edwards has proven like he's pretty goated. And then I think what else? Curry's not leaving Golden State ever.
Yeah,
I
but
just think that
I
they're
don't think
going to
anybody
bring
wants
in.
to trade it for him though. So
Well, I just think they probably tried and they're like, I'm sorry, he's not available. And then LeBron, I don't think is tradable. But then he has been traded, or no, he just signed. I don't think he gets traded. And then who else did I say?
Jokic.
Oh yeah, Jokic is retiring the Nugget.
Yeah, I don't think he leaves.
The reason I say Giannis is I just think he's still so young and he's a viable piece of any team. That's I won't doubt Golden State gets him this season. Like they're going to get him. And everyone thinking Durant, everyone thinking Butler, and under the radar they're going to get Giannis.
That'd be sick. Kinda, I guess. I don't know what Giannis.
But yeah, when it comes, like right now, the only players in the NFL that I think are untouchable
Mahomes.
is Mahomes, Josh Allen, and that's probably it.
That's it. Yeah.
Like I know people say, "Well, what about Joe Burrow?" Well, I'll be frank with you. At some point, you're gonna have to look at Cincinnati and say, "Well, is he getting us where we need to be? He's not ever healthy, or we're always constantly we pay him too much already." And then you're gonna say, "Well, what about Lamar Jackson?" He again is the same thing. He's maybe healthy, MVP, but at what point is this just run its course?
They even gave him a chance to get traded. No one took it.
Well, I still think he's not untouchable.
No, he's not. He could get traded, but I'm
and
saying
there's not
no
another.
one wanted him.
Nobody else, I think, in the league. Like,
Maybe Caleb because he's so young.
it's still too early.
That's what I'm saying. That's why they wouldn't.
Like,
He would
give
be
it some
untouchable.
time. If he doesn't play out, and maybe he ends up middle of the pack, Baker Mayfield, somebody takes a chance on him. Like,
Yeah, a lot of the young guys are kind of untouchable for a while.
yeah, just for the first 4 years or
Like
so.
Wemby's like untouchable because of that. He's just so young.
It's just tough because this was a crazy trade. It shook the sports world.
Mm.
Nobody seen it coming. Nobody knew what to say. No one believed it.
Everybody thought it was fake. Everybody. There was
When I seen it, I was shook because I was just like, would they? Like, would Dallas? Of course, any team on the other end, Lakers or anyone else, would have took the trade.
Yeah, they'd be like Devin Booker for Luka. Yeah, take
Kevin
him.
Durant for Luka.
Both of them for Luka.
Anybody for Luka.
Yeah, that would
You're
have took
giving
it.
me probably the best player, if not top 3 to 5 player in the league.
Best scorer in the league
taking
for
it.
sure.
I'm whatever you want. And then what's even crazier is LA had 2 first rounds. They only gave up 1. I didn't even give up everything I wanted. And did Dallas shop him? I don't think.
They said they didn't.
They went one team for whatever reason, whether it was Rob Pelinka or who engaged in that conversation. Rumor has it the GM of Dallas was talking to Rob. Rob said something. He said, "Oh, well, would you give me AD for Luka?" And he's like, "I'll give you AD for Luka." And he's like, "No, for reals." And he's like, "That's what you want is Luka for AD?" And that he was like, "Yeah, that's what I want." And he's like, "Well, if you're serious, that's the trade. I'm down to make the trade." And that's how it went down.
Yeah, Pelinka said he was kind of thinking that fool was joking.
Yeah, that they thought he was joking, and then we was like, "Well, are you being serious?" And he's like, "Yeah, that's what I'll give you that for that." And then that's how it went down, brothers.
I'll
They're
take
probably
that.
playing golf
Yeah, I was like, I'll take that shit every day.
every day. You give me Luka on a trade, on any trade. You could have asked for anything I would have gave you.
Yeah, there's probably two players I probably wouldn't traded. Like if I was their GM, like Jokic, I'm not trading. Like, what is Luka gonna do with that team? Like, not much. It's not,
I don't know.
the same.
When you look at the grand scheme of things, yes, they had Kyrie. But outside of Kyrie, they had nobody, bro.
Mm-hmm.
There's not a player on there that you're trading for, essentially.
No.
Not a big-time player. He essentially carried that team to the finals. Mm-hmm. In a what we would consider decent West Coast. Yeah. Like, it's not like OKC's bad. I mean, the Lakers weren't horrible. Suns haven't been there was no bad teams, you know? Like, not horrible teams that made the playoffs. And he carried them. So, essentially, Luka is capable of taking you to a ship, just like LeBron.
Yeah.
Like LeBron for all those years in Cleveland, he can do it. Now you're giving him LeBron, and you're giving him a little bit more help because our bench and our few starters like Reeves and shit, they're a little bit better, I would say, than Dallas.
Yeah, but like I'm saying, it's probably Jokic and Wemby are probably the only two players I wouldn't trade. Because Wemby's so young, I wouldn't want to get rid of that. What if he's just the best player in the league? Like, I couldn't do it. Jokic, he's the best, one of the best bigs. There's not very many bigs that could guard him. So it doesn't benefit me to get Luka. You know, I'd rather get Jokic. I'd rather have Jokic than Luka.
Well, that's I don't know. It's a crazy time of sports because. And then we got the fucking Chiefs this weekend.
Shit, we got all kinds of shit in the NBA, NFL. Myles Garrett requested a trade.
Cooper. You think that was a reflection of what happened?
Oh, definitely, bro. He's like, if he could be traded, motherfucker, I could be traded. Like, trade me for Micah or trade me for Crosby. Trade me for...
I don't think he gets traded player for player.
Hell no.
He's going to a team that is contenders. Mm-hmm. And he believes... He probably is willing to take a pay cut and just accept a trade to somebody he truthfully believes will be contending for a ship at least for the next 2 to 3 years. That's it. Not longevity. If anything, he wants to go to a team that's competing next year, which there's probably, I would say, about 5 teams that need a pass rusher that are in contention for Super Bowls. Mm-hmm. My teams would be, I know people will say, well, they didn't even fucking play that good. I just think that it's going to be a little bit different moving forward. It's going to be Chicago.
Yep.
That's one team for sure.
That's my top guy.
Washington is another team that I like for sure.
They don't have very many pass rushers.
Detroit, Aiden Hutchinson's going to be out for a little while.
Yeah, 6, 7.
Yeah, like I'm not sure he's going to be ready for the season.
Yeah.
But if you put Myles Garrett on the opposite side, eventually when they team up, that's almost the best duo in the league.
Yep.
Then you have Khalil Mack is already thinking he's going to play, but he might sign somewhere else. So the Chargers might be another team. And then the only other team that I think could use a lot of defense that would benefit, that I think are there, but they need a lot of assistance considering who's in that division, is the Denver Broncos. That team doesn't have any. They got secondary, and their offense looks decent. They just don't have nobody to get to the fucking quarterback.
Yeah, if he has a choice, I mean, there's teams that could use him, but I don't think he'll go to them, like Raiders. You know, him and Crosby. If he
don't want to go to that team. You don't want to go to the Cardinals.
That's what I'm saying. Like, if he has a choice where to go, then he's not going.
He's not going to go to the Rams. They're about to ship out Cooper Kupp.
Well, they don't really need a passer. They got 5 of them.
Oh, that's true. They got like 5 rookies.
5 fucking rookies. That are
and
good.
Then Atlanta, you don't even know what's going on there with Penix and Cousins.
Yeah, they have
Buccaneers,
a good defense, though.
Who knows? I doubt he wants to go there. Carolina, no. Saints, no.
Won't go to Miami.
Won't go to Miami. Buffalo, I doubt it.
The one that I think he would take that sucks would be Chicago, because Caleb's young, the new coach, defense is pretty stacked already.
The reason I'm going to put Chicago last on my list out of the 5 is due to the fact that he's
Maybe he
young.
goes to Buffalo.
I don't think so. I don't think they're going to pay him the way he wants. He's going to want to be paid, just not max.
Well, his little note made it seem like he'll take a pay cut.
No, I know, but you still got to afford him.
Yeah,
like, he ain't taking $1 million.
They're not really paying anybody. Who are you paying? Allen and
they got what's his name on the offensive line? Dion's or something.
Or Dawson.
Then you got Josh Allen, and then I'm pretty sure they're gonna have to pay Cook, and then they're trying to re-sign Amari,
He's not gonna be that much.
and then who's on there? Milano's on your
Matt
defense.
Milano, yeah. Then you just they don't really have any corners.
Yeah, well, maybe. I don't think Buffalo.
Yeah.
The only reason I don't think Chicago, and I think Chicago, but I don't think that he'll sign with Chicago, is because of the fact that they're unproven. That's why I think he goes to Washington, because he's going to end up with Dan Quinn, defensive coordinator or defensive coach, and then you end up on a team that has proven they can get there.
Yeah, you got Marshawn as your number one. You got Miles Getter as your number one pass rusher. Yeah, that'd be pretty hard.
It'd be pretty. It's a better team.
Yeah, you got a good offense. That's a good way to start the season for Washington. Now, then you just get an offensive line and one more.
We'll see. I don't know. It's interesting, that's for sure.
So let me tell you my story, dog. That I was gonna tell you.
What?
So I had to go to that little fucking meeting yesterday, whatever, right? They were talking about how they had like a meeting for all the managers and stuff. And they were like, the CEO was there, and then I guess they like, I won't say where I work, but they rent out Disneyland or World, wherever, Orlando, whatever one's in Orlando, and that usually the CEO walks around and like interacts with all the managers and shit. And I guess she was like, didn't go out, and they're like, where were you? So we got an email from like, I guess from like the feds or stuff, like all CEOs shouldn't be walking around without security, and she didn't have security. Oh, what the fuck? They were talking about it. I was like, why would that be? I thought she said Ouija. I was like, Ouija? What happened with Ouija?
Luigi?
And I was like, what is it? What about the Ouija board? Like, what happened? And she's like, no, Luigi. I was like, oh, Luigi, who the fuck's Luigi? In my head, I was like, who the hell is that? And she's like, oh, the guy that killed the CEO for the medical company. So I guess like the federal, like FBI.
This is at Disneyland?
Yeah, whatever one's over there. That they told the CEO we're at work not to go out without security, and she didn't have any. So she didn't end up walking around this year with all the other managers and reps and shit. And I was like, why would somebody off the owner of where I work, bro, like the CEO?
I guess
like,
you never know.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. I was like, maybe you never know. But I was like, that's crazy.
You
Where
never
bro,
know these days.
I was trying not to laugh because they were saying it and everybody was serious, and I was just like, y'all motherfuckers are really dead ass right now.
They probably were dead ass.
They were so dead ass, bro. I was like, that's crazy.
Yeah, that's some crazy.
Did you see the Royal Rumble with Logan?
I seen clips of it. I didn't watch it.
Did you see after the fact? So there's the YouTuber that takes all the famous people to frats. Ended up taking Mike Malek, Logan, Pam, Logan's wife to a frat. It was Purdue University.
Okay.
And fucking was lit, dog.
Oh, was it?
Logan was getting stupid lit, dog. And then he ended up signing that dude, the YouTuber, to Prime.
Oh, that's dope.
It was pretty sick, yeah. And that fool only barely hit 1 million like last month. And
Oh, that's what's up.
but yeah, he ended up taking Logan. Logan, so this is my last hurrah. I'm a dad. I'm about to be 30. I can't be doing this shit. He's all shotgunning beers and shit. That shit was crazy. Cops had to show it because there was too many people. It was fucking lit. It was crazy. Logan was like, this shit's fucking sick.
It's crazy. We were wrong, guys, about that.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about
Logan and Jake Paul, they are not fighting each other. Well, we were right about that part. We're just wrong that they were fighting on the same card. They're not even fighting at all.
that. No,
Jake will fight.
potentially Jake's fighting
Jake
somebody.
will fight. That's not the question, though.
Yeah.
We never doubted Jake was going to eventually fight again.
Which is crazy because Canelo does not have a fight. You were saying this on DMs. Canelo
Yeah.
don't have a fight for May 5th. And
no,
he fights
and
every
rumor
May.
has it, as of today,
And this was big news from, I seen it too.
yes, that Canelo is scheduled for 3 fights this year.
One's in September.
One's in September against
Crawford.
Crawford.
Already scheduled.
July, I think he's fighting. What's that? It starts with a B, but it's not Bivol. It's
Benavides?
maybe.
Oh, damn.
I don't know. It was another big name. But then in May, for Cinco de Mayo, the most popular event for Mexicans,
Yeah.
Rumor is he's gonna fight Jake Paul.
That is the rumor. They said that he will fight. There's a potential fight with Jake Paul and
But
Canelo
Jake
Alvarez.
did post New York today.
Yeah.
And I think he posted for July or something.
Which that could still be the possibility. July, like Canelo fights him in July, and it's not a
Instead of Cinco de Mayo.
he fights that dude in Cinco de Mayo.
Oh, the other guy?
Yeah, so
Maybe.
because he knows that's going to be probably a fight that he might get cut or hurt. You know, at least you fight Jake Paul, the possibility of like actually
Getting hurt would not prevent. He's probably not going to get hurt against Jake Paul,
And he still
to prevent
fights-
him from fighting Crawford.
Yeah, so it makes more sense.
That's true. That is a strategic way of looking at it. Regardless,
He's making
If-
cash.
Jake fights Canelo.
Smacked.
I will have called it.
Yeah.
Because I said, everyone's asked me, who do you think is going to fight? I was like, Canelo. Like, Canelo's going to be the guy. And everyone's like, no, he's not. I'm like, okay. He is the biggest draw in boxing.
Biggest.
Even bigger than Canelo, bigger than Tank, bigger than anyone you want to name in the fucking boxing industry.
Biggest.
Jake Paul is number one.
Yep.
Everybody wants to watch Jake Paul get fucked up. And Canelo knows money. And
Oh,
he's
dude.
probably like,
That's
I
half
fight this for, I make 50 mil.
That's
Maybe
like-
100 mil.
Probably 100, 200 million. Because Jake made probably that against Tyson, so.
Oh, Tyson probably walked away with a good chunk of change. But that, I mean, I can't go to New York. I guess I could go to New York. That would be around the time we were trying to go to New York in July. We could switch up. We don't have any obligations to anywhere. We might end up in New York and go watch Canelo versus fucking Jake in Madison Square Garden.
I'd be fucking lit.
Bro, that would be the fucking second. That would be the littest outside of Jake's first fight with.
I'll come out of sobriety for that.
Bro, that would be fucking crazy.
That'd be
So
fucking sick.
we'll see. To be determined. If it's confirmed by April.
I was gonna say April. Yeah.
If April comes around and Jake's fighting Canelo in New York, we're going to New York. I don't know how we'll figure it out, what we're gonna do or whatever, but I will fucking figure it out, and whoever wants to come with us can come with us.
That'd be fucking.
Go to New York for summer. We'll go golf and watch Canelo probably beat the shit out of Jake Paul, but I'll be rooting for Jake Paul.
Oh yeah, dog. That'd be stupid lit.
Yeah, that would be fucking crazy. But I just don't know if Canelo can get like 200 pounds.
He fought Bevel at 186, so
Yeah, but 200 is 15 more pounds.
maybe he has to ask Jake to come down to 185.
190.
190, yeah. He can make probably 190. Yeah, I'd probably ask Jake to come down to like 185, 186.
Jake, please, brother. Make it happen. I'd
Oh,
love
Jake-
to go to New York.
Jake's gonna make
and
that shit.
watch that, bro.
That'd be-
I basically go watch all your fights from here.
I ain't gonna lie, that fight was sick though.
I'm just saying.
Everybody hated that shit, but that shit was
I
fucking
don't give a
lit.
fuck. I was in Dallas Stadium watching Jake Paul pizza Mike Tyson's old ass.
Yeah,
I don't give a fuck.
It's Mike Tyson's fault for agreeing to that.
Yeah, he should have known his abilities. What else?
We got UFC Super Bowl this weekend.
Got UFC, not the best card under the sun, but I like it. It's not a bad card. I mean, do I care who wins any of these fights? Not necessarily. I don't have any favorite fighters fighting this weekend.
I wouldn't mind Strickland just because he's funny and makes me laugh. It'd be a funny champion again.
I mean, he did get close from beating him the first time.
People have him winning the first one. They had him winning it.
Yeah, so we'll see.
Your boy's gonna be in his corner.
Oh,
Poatan?
Pereira.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. I seen that. That's kind of crazy. Beat someone's ass and then y'all are homies. Guess
Yeah, they're
it's
like
on.
good homies too.
They're fucking chilling. So, but I think he knows, like, I don't have to fight that fool no more.
Yeah. He's like, I'm just 205. Stay the fuck up
yeah,
there, fool.
I gotta fight down here, boy.
He's all, give me the tool of your fucking right and left, buddy.
If Strickland wins, that'd be cool. I really don't care.
He's just so funny. I like when
Yeah.
he's just entertaining to me. He's like
Yeah.
Colby Covington. I wish Colby would have lasted a little longer as champion.
UFC this weekend.
Not the best, like you said.
Super Bowl this weekend.
I'm
Boston
very interested
Squares.
to see who what's his name brings at halftime. I don't know if they've announced his
Kendrick.
yeah. I don't know.
I don't even think he does.
Tyler the Creator was supposed to, but he said he's on tour,
Yeah, he's not even gonna be in the country.
so he said nah.
I don't think. What if he brings out Drake?
That'd be lit. Why not?
That'd be crazy.
Why the
That'd
fuck
go
not?
berserk.
Yeah, why the fuck not? Drake and Meek fucking rekindle their fucking beef, so why not these niggas? Like, who cares? It's not like
That'd
it's real
be
beef. It's not like
crazy.
they killed each other or killed each other's
I don't
homies.
know. They kill each other in the lyrics. Their bars are pretty lethal.
Yeah, so that'd be lit. I mean,
That'd be crazy if he brings out Drake. I don't think he brings out Drake. Though.
Drake and Wayne.
Who would he bring out?
YG.
He ain't bringing out. I don't even think them folks get along. I think who would he bring out? Who would he bring out? I'm trying to think.
Schoolboy Q.
Maybe.
Bring some West Coast dudes out. Brings out fucking Lefty Gunplay. Crazy, spooky, scary, hilarious.
I don't know who he's in.
Full fucking
He may just bring out some nobodies, like just randoms. Because you got to think about it. Who does he really? He don't even need to bring anyone. I'm gonna go out on a limb and say he don't bring nobody.
That'd be sick.
Because
everybody does, though.
He is a draw. He's a draw.
Yeah.
Especially right now. He throw one song on, he killed the halftime.
Yeah, he puts a Not Like Us.
Like he plays one song, he's deuces.
He's
Drop
like-
the mic, I'm out.
He does have bangers that are just solo. Like Drink was a good solo one
Or
for him.
damn.
Damn.
Like he's got some bangers. So the
he
thing
got a lot of
is,
solos too. That's crazy.
the thing is I don't even think he needs to bring anyone out. I don't even think he does. If he brings anybody out, it's gonna be Mustard.
Mustard. Yeah, our Metro Boomin.
Maybe. We'll see. I don't know.
It's gonna be interesting.
I don't even care. Because I don't even care. I'm rooting for the Chiefs.
I'm going for the Chiefs.
I don't care.
I don't-
I'd rather the Chiefs win than the Eagles win.
I just don't like the Eagle fans, dude.
And at this point, I'm willing to accept greatness. Why am I going to hate on greatness?
I've been saying that I want
Like,
them to win for the whole Super Bowl.
Might as well be the best.
Yeah,
if,
fuck it, bro.
If you're the best, prove you're the best.
Yeah, beat these
Because
sorry
if
ass
you do a
Eagles.
three-peat, you're doing something no one else has done, and then we can start having the conversation probably currently like, yeah, you only have 4 ships,
That's a lot.
but you have 3 in a row.
That's
And
impressive.
no one else has ever done that. We can talk Tom Brady, but I would say this. Nick Wright, shout out Nick Wright. He goes on Colin Coward. He made a great point.
Nick Red always makes good points.
If he doesn't win the three-peat, he has to surpass 7
Yep.
to beat Tom Brady as the GOAT.
Because he 3-peats and
because
gets 5, you're good.
You're going to compare him in the sense of he beat you in the AFC Championship to go to the Super Bowl and win.
Yep.
And he beat you in the Super Bowl itself. You're 0-2 against him.
Yep.
So then at that point, you have to start looking at, well, he's already beat you head to head. Now what? He's already got 7. You got 3 if you don't win.
Yeah.
Okay? That means you would have to get to 8.
Yep.
Not 7, because 7, then the head to head comes into play.
Mm-hmm.
Because if he had not beat you in the Super Bowl, you beat him, it would be currently 4-6, potentially 5 if they won this year. He would already be 1 Super Bowl below Tom if he hadn't beat him head to head. That's what we were talking about.
That'd have been crazy. We were like, Tom's the GOAT. And then we're like, this
was
motherfucker
about to
had
have
5, dog.
with 3 in a row.
Yeah, this motherfucker's the
Well,
GOAT.
I think he would have had, no, the year that he didn't win, he would have won 2, lost to Joe Burrow, and won 3. That would have been his resume right now.
And if he beats Tom, I don't think he loses, bro. I think he has that swag. He won 6 straight. Not just kidding.
Nah, hell no. Hell no. But that's not what we're talking about because he did
fucking
lose.
yeah,
So
he
now
he
it's
lost.
7-3 instead of 4-6 with potential 5. So if he wins, I think personally the number now goes to 6.
6 or 5.
You could go to
5.
5. Still not enough.
She 3-peated.
Yeah, but 5 is still one hand. Tom's got 2 hands.
Yeah,
He needs 2 hands to fit all his rings.
That's true because you'd be like, I 3-peated, buddy.
Yeah, but if he gets 6,
He gets his.
if he gets 6, you're starting to say, well, he's got 1 less, but he also has a 3-peat,
yeah.
which is something
And
Tom
then like the
couldn't do.
only NFL player to have 4 championships, 2 finals or Super Bowl MVPs before 30 or some shit.
But we don't care about other shit.
But there's no one in the
We
NFL.
don't care.
If he does that,
I
it'd
don't
be crazy.
care. I don't think anyone else cares. No one cares about anything else, but there's one thing for a quarterback. You go in, look at Cam Newton. He's got fucking MVP. We don't give a fuck.
He could be a Hall of Famer though.
We talked about this, and maybe we didn't talk about this on camera. Do you guys think that for quarterbacks, the must is Super Bowls? to be Hall of Famers, whereas the rest, any other position, including kicker, punter, anything, you don't have to win Super Bowls. You just have to be
I'm
great
trying
at
to
your
think if
position.
there's a super a person in the what do you call that? Don't have a Super Bowl in the
There's many.
in the Hall of Fame.
I bet you Julius Peppers
No,
is
no,
a
no,
fucking
quarterback. No, Julius Peppers has one with the Packers.
a Super Bowl.
He won with Aaron Rodgers, I think.
No, fuck no. I don't even think he was on that team.
Let's see.
I think he played for Chicago. Julius Peppers. Maybe if he played on the very back end, quarterback wise with Dan Marino.
Oh yeah, there you
But
go.
then at that time we were thinking, everyone was thinking he was the GOAT because of how good he was.
Oh, he won one with Carolina. Oh, he played in one.
Oh, okay.
He didn't win. He lost
gonna
to
say, they didn't
Patriots.
What I'm saying is, outside of quarterback, no other position requires Super Bowl. But you do require like greatness in stats. Your stats has to be above and beyond. Quarterback, exception to Dan Marino,
Yeah.
I don't think there's a quarterback you could probably. I mean, we'd have to look at all the quarterbacks
I don't
in the Hall
think
of
Philip
Fame.
Rivers is in the Hall of Fame.
Philip Rivers is probably not. Who else would be, let's say, considerably good? Like, do you think Tony Romo's a pro? Or oh fuck no. Who else would be? Donovan McNabb,
That's close.
Michael Vick.
Maybe because he was like maybe he might.
Maybe though. We're talking maybes.
Maybe.
Guarantees you got Super Bowls.
Yeah.
Like you
Drew
think Matthew
Brees,
Stafford's is pro? Is
he could be Hall of Fame right now.
but he has a Super Bowl.
Yeah, he could be in Hall of Fame right
But
now.
that's what I'm saying. He has one.
Drew Brees is easy. He made it.
He's got.
Donovan could.
Donovan, but he's on the block. It's like if you have like Urlacher and him, who you picking?
Urlacher.
Okay, and Urlacher's only been in the Super Bowl. He never won one. That's what I'm saying. There's and I'm
not a
sure
quarterback.
there is quarterbacks. I'm sure if you do a dive and look up all Hall of Fame,
Pretty sure it's just Dan
quarterbacks-
Marino.
I'll say there's more than that. I'm gonna say because you're gonna consider the old guys, some old fuckers that we don't even know their name, and they won nothing except they were like beyond their years because at the time, back in the 60s and 70s, bro, you didn't have to be Patrick Mahomes. You just had to be like somewhat faster than everyone else and more agile, and you were a great player.
God, that's a bigger list than I thought.
How many quarterbacks does it say? Or it's just
10
10 quarterbacks? No, there's no way. There's only 10 quarterbacks.
in the Hall of Fame without a Super Bowl.
Oh, okay. There's 10 quarterbacks.
You would name 4.
I would name because I'm gonna not know these other motherfuckers.
I'm gonna name these niggas. YA tilt title.
Don't know.
His name. It doesn't show his first name. It just says C Trippy.
Don't know. Do they say the teams of these players?
They don't even have a fucking picture of these niggas. Yeah, the only ones you'll know is
Name the ones I know.
Fouts,
Okay.
Marino,
Okay.
Kelly,
Jim Kelly. But he went to 4, but
And-
still no Super Bowls.
and Moon.
Oh, Warren Moon. So I'm assuming Randall Cunningham had a Super Bowl?
Well, yeah,
You don't have to Google it, but what I'm saying is he had to, because I'm
Yeah.
guaranteeing Randall Cunningham was a fucking
yeah, he's
Hall
a Hall of
Famer.
Famer. He's a Hall of Famer.
But okay, so however many there were, there's only 10.
There's
and
10.
these are 4 of them were people that people know.
yeah,
Even Fouts is a bit of a stretch.
that's a stretch.
Like Warren Moon, maybe.
you know him.
Yeah, like would you say Mark Bulger was a fucking Hall of Famer? Probably
Fuck
not. He's
no.
not been there yet.
Brad Johnson's not a Hall of Famer, and he's won one.
And Joe Flacco's not a Hall of Famer.
Hell
Like, so
no.
there's guys that we know were even Super Bowl winners that are probably not going to make it.
Yep.
And there's guys that we know that weren't Super Bowl winners that are not going to make it.
Yeah.
So it's like, that's the one position Super Bowls fucking matter. Even if it's one. Because if you tell me Matthew Stafford has 0, he's not making it in my book.
Unless you're like those
Like
10
Jared Goff.
No,
He's not it.
Lamar would, just because he has so many fucking MVPs.
But then I start to think that doesn't matter. Like,
Well, I'm
to
just
me,
saying,
that doesn't
like if I'm
matter.
going off that list, like
He's better than those
Warren
guys.
Moon didn't have as many.
But okay, let's do this comparison. You can only take 2. There's
Okay.
only 2. You can only take 2 Hall of Famers from this current year.
Okay,
Who are your two
quarterbacks or
it don't matter. No, let's just say quarterbacks because there are like Saquon and Christian might be guys. Myles Garrett.
Let me see who's. Let me just go through the list.
So you have Deshaun,
no,
Joe Burrow,
no,
Lamar,
potentially,
and Russell Wilson or Justin Fields. Okay,
Russell Wilson maybe.
Okay, you have Josh Allen.
No.
What's his name for the? What's the guy? Drake May.
No.
Tua,
no.
Aaron Rodgers.
Aaron Rodgers maybe.
Okay, so then you have Patrick Mahomes,
Definitely.
Justin Herbert, Bo Nix,
No.
and whoever the fucking quarterback's going to be for the Raiders. Then you have Trevor Lawrence, Anthony Richardson, C.J. Stroud, and whoever's going to be the quarterback for the Tennessee.
Yeah,
Nobody. Dak, Hurts, Jaden Daniels, or whoever's going to be the quarterback for the Giants. Caleb, Jordan Love, Sam Darnold, or J.J. McCarthy, and Jared Goff.
None of those.
Matthew Stafford,
Yes.
Kyler Murray, Geno Smith, or Purdy.
None.
Okay, and then you have Cousins, Penix, Young, Baker, and Derek Carr, I guess.
So Patrick's number one. He's
Patrick's
in. He's in.
So you have like 5 more guys.
Russell, Aaron,
Lamar,
and Stafford.
Josh Allen.
No, not Josh Allen.
Matthew Stafford.
So those are like the 4 I would go with: Stafford, Lamar, Russell, and Aaron Rodgers.
Okay,
those 4. Out of those 4, I'd probably say
3 out of them.
I'll say Russell Wilson out of all of them because he's been to 2 and won 1.
Okay,
I'll say Russell Wilson out of those.
And he was part of what was considered one of the bigger.
Yeah, so that's who I would go with out of those guys.
But see how it goes. Like
Lamar would be last on that 4 list, though. Exactly. I get what you're saying now.
It's just so hard because not everyone makes it.
Yeah, because
everyone makes
it. Like Aaron Rodgers would be because his stats, but then he only went to 1. I guess he's 1-0.
Yeah, he's 1-0, and in all honesty, he was Patrick before Patrick.
Yeah, but I would still put.
And Matthew Stafford was proven one of the best quarterbacks. Just had a shitty franchise, goes to a better franchise, and wins one right away. Mm-hmm. Like it just.
And if Russell Wilson they would have just ran it, he would have 2, and we would be like, it's easy, Russell Wilson.
Russell easily because he's the only other potential multi Super Bowl winner outside of Patrick Mahomes right now. Yeah. No one else has multiples.
Yeah, and there's only one in the NFC. It's only Matthew Stafford. He's the only one with
the championship. Yeah, everyone else doesn't have shit. And then if you go to the AFC, nobody else has anything but Patrick.
Yeah,
currently.
I guess
unless you give Russell Wilson
and then Aaron Rodgers. Those 2 are the only 2.
Oh yeah, and Aaron Rodgers. So 2 people.
But one's out of the door, and then
the other one's potentially going to be backup to maybe a starter somewhere.
Yeah, so it's like.
So that's what I'm saying is when you look at it that way, it's so hard to give like a Lamar, even though he has MVPs, in comparison to the rest of his current quarterback class. Like it's like, well, he's not even he can't even be, because you would probably put Josh Allen above him currently, and Josh has no MVPs.
Yeah.
So it's like, well, fuck, man. And then you still have Joe Burrow that's been more Super Bowls than him with no MVPs, and it's like, well, now what? Jalen Hurts has been to 2 Super Bowls, potentially could win 1 now. No MVPs. Like, it's so hard. Jared Goff's been to a Super Bowl. He's even took in Detroit to the NFC Championship more recently.
Yeah, so it's like kind of hard for Lamar. But I would put him over all those guys because of his accolades. Like, he's the only one that has accolades. No one else has them.
It's just hard because those are regular season. And I think as a quarterback, as much as those may be personal goals, it's like that playoff run is so important.
But like we're talking about Hall of Fame, we're going off of his accolades. So it's like if you're the only one out of the guys that don't have championships, you have all the MVPs.
But then I look at it and I look at like Matthew Stafford has way better numbers than Lamar. Mm-hmm. Like he has like 100+ touchdowns more than Lamar, and then easily. Yeah, you could look at the rushing, but if we're looking at rushing, then you got to throw him in running back consideration. And I look at like 10 other running backs that are better than him.
Yeah, so
like even one plays on his own team.
So yeah, it'd be Russell Wilson, and then it'd be obviously
Patrick. So I don't know. It's tough to say, but Hall of Fame is a tough place to be if you're a quarterback.
If you're not Patrick Mahomes right now,
yeah. Because you're not Patrick Mahomes.
Technically, you just have to knock him off and you can win the Super Bowl.
No one can do it.
No one's done it. Only been Tom Brady and Joe Burrow, the only 2 guys that can knock that ball out.
Neither one of them are coming out of retirement.
And Joe Burrow can't make the playoffs.
Hopefully next year.
I need that motherfucker's 4 p.m. They just start free. Maybe camera angle could be adjusted so y'all were centered. That's what.
Yo, dog, you want to come and help us?
That's what.
Yo, dog, you want to come and help us?
Yeah, you suck a nigga do so.
Nah. You can come help us though. Yeah, pretty much. That's the way I look at it, man. Is if you're not winning Super Bowls, you're not. I can't look at you with the gold jacket, bro. You could play any other position. Derrick Henry, Hall of Famer. Saquon, Hall of Famer. Christian McCaffrey, Myles Garrett, Khalil Mack, like
Cooper Cup, yeah.
Bobby Wagner,
Yeah.
like all these motherfuckers. I can say
If
with
you have the
confidence.
stats, if you have stats, you're
Zach
good.
Martin,
Yeah.
I can give you that. I can give you Hall of Fame. Super Bowl, I don't give a fuck what ULC did. I don't care if you won. Don't give a fuck what ULC did. I don't care if you won. Every year you won MVP. Every year you won MVP, Lamar. You could win. If you play 15 years and you won 15 MVPs, I would still not put you in if you never made it to the Super Bowl.
That'd be crazy.
Because then I'll be like, what the fuck's this matter?
Yeah, that would
Like, because you beat up on the shitty teams, because you're going to play shitty teams. Like, you're going to play Cleveland twice a year. Pittsburgh can't seem to get it right. Like, Cleveland can't even or Cincinnati can't even make the playoffs. So you're beating up on teams that I don't give a fuck about, and you can't beat the best. Like, right now, you're losing to Josh Allen twice already in 2 of your 3 MVP years. And then Patrick's got everyone's number.
Yep.
You're not even the best in your division, let alone the entire quarterback.
I don't know why this just got brought up to my head. Hopefully, like, history repeats itself and Joe Burrow leads the Cincinnati Bengals like Carson Palmer and he comes to the Cowboys. Instead of going to, Carson went to
Did I tell you what Cam Newton said?
Mm-mm.
About how he thinks that they're going to tank for Arch Manning and Nick Saban?
You were talking about the Cowboys.
Yeah. If Joe Burrow... He never went to... Carson didn't come to us.
No, that's what I'm saying. He went to the Cardinals, though.
Oh, okay. I see.
That's what I'm saying. Like, instead of the Cardinals... Obviously,
he comes to us?
Yeah, because the Cardinals don't have They have Kyler, so they wouldn't have...
At this point... I think if I were to lean one way...
That'd be like a Luka
I would
thing.
prefer to just go get Arch.
Dog, if we
The
had
only reason is he's going to sell seats, so we're guaranteed that.
He's
and
a Manning.
Personally, I had called it. They should have switched Ewers at halftime for Manning. What's the worst that could happen? The worst already happened. You lost.
Now he's not even on your team. Yours is gone.
Yeah, yours is gone, and you lost a chance at a potential natty.
Mm-hmm.
So to me, Manning would be quickly a draw. Plus, I think it advances us like at least Jaden Daniels level. Like that's the thought.
Yeah. And if we get Archie, just play Archie until we could get Marshall Manning.
But to me,
He's on like 12.
I'd rather suck with someone else.
Yeah.
Like had it been Shador and Dion, to at least feel refreshed.
It's like having a girlfriend. You're already tired of her shit, but then you get like a new girlfriend. And it's like kind of the same, but it's like, well, it could like fade out. It's a new one.
Yeah.
At least the old one was getting old.
But like
and it's
right
already been
now,
like years.
literally as a Cowboy fan, the way I feel is I'm riding on Dak being phenomenal to go anywhere this season.
Yeah, we're expecting a 2016 Dak. Like, bro, that was one time.
Like, that's basically as a Cowboy fan, and I know people say I'm a hater. It's not that I'm a hater. I'm just genuine about my feelings towards a team that I love. Mm-hmm. I love the Cowboys. They're my favorite team. I'll never trade them, but it's really hard to be
pretty close sometimes.
like excited about a season that not just was the coach in question, the quarterback was in question, our line is in question, we have no fucking weapons in question, our defense was depleted all season, like our defense looked like shit after losing Dan Quinn, we just lost Harris to the Bears, like where does our season go from here? Are we gonna sign Micah? What are we gonna do? And I've been so tired of Dak. Like I said, I could have been good with anybody else. Trey Lance, I don't give a fuck.
But I wouldn't be tired of Dak if he was playing every game and he was like hell. Like he was Jalen Hurts. He was just playing every game. We're going to the playoffs. I'd be cool. Like, all right, maybe eventually. This fool broke his leg, tears his hamstring. What's next for this fool? Fucking every time he's in a good situation, he fucking gets hurt. He's injury prone. It's like, all right,
it's just
we talk about that for everybody else, but when
we're
it's
riding
Dak,
on Dak to be good this year. If Dak's not good,
gotta get him
our
out.
season's done.
We got to Daniel Jones' ass. You Daniel Jones' ass middle of the season. If he ain't doing it, You got a Daniel Jones. Like, get
I
the
said,
fuck out of
if you
here.
Go get Arch. It's easy to fire Schottenheimer.
Fire all
And
the
then,
fuck yeah,
and
the
then,
whole
and then
fucking
go
squad.
get whoever. I don't care if it's Bill Belichick. I don't care if it's fucking Lincoln Riley out of USC.
Yeah.
I don't care. Just get Manning and go get a coach that you think is Lincoln would be great.
You got to get an offensive coordinator.
Yes.
Though. Yeah, I think if you're gonna get Arch, you got to get somebody like young,
and just start.
Lincoln's young though. He's only like 45.
Yes, he's very young. He's quarterback guru.
Yeah, I think
he
would be a good
brought
one.
Hurts. He did Caleb. Like he's got it under control.
And then if you don't go with the young, I would go with somebody that's in like college right now. Like Bill Belichick's gonna be there, so he's gonna know a lot of young.
I just don't like the Bill Belichick or Nick Saban because they're old.
But they play in the college realm, so they know the scheme of the young. You know, like they're in that. Now you get these old dudes like I'm trying to think of what somebody. Brian Flores. You put him as our coach. We're
like to me, it's just just start over. I'm tired of Dak,
dude. I wish.
Like right now,
Jerry Jones is ahead of
I'm
that.
hoping. I have my fingers crossed that like I said, if we're not 4-4 after 8 weeks, it's shot.
Yeah,
it's shot. I'm assuming that Washington and Philly are out beating us. Detroit's probably still doing their thing. Chicago's probably doing their thing. Minnesota probably takes a dip, but Green Bay's probably going to be relevant.
Mm-hmm.
Who knows what the Cardinals are going to do?
Yeah.
Like Baker and them. Who knows if Atlanta starts turning up? Who knows if Bryce Young starts becoming a decent quarterback?
Played good at the end of the year.
So
I've been telling everybody.
I'm over Dallas right now.
I wish Dallas would just do something.
Wow. Anyways, I'm fucking hungry and it's 8:00. I was gonna cook dinner, but now I don't want to cook. So now I'm just gonna go get food and call it a day. So you guys have a great evening, and we will catch you next time. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.